Benazir Bhutto's public and personal life has been marked by tragedy, triumph, and scandal. My colleague Ann Curry, who sat down with Mrs. Bhutto twice in the last several months, is here now with more on her life and legacy. Ann, good evening.
Good evening, Lester. In fact, knowing that Bhutto was at risk during our interview, we asked her about the possibility that she would be killed. Difficult to ask then, but haunting now. Some of what you're about to hear has never before been broadcast.
I love the people of Pakistan. I have lived for the people of Pakistan. I entered the politics of Pakistan for the people of my country. They look towards me with hope. Victory and defeat, I can't say what the end will be. All I can say is that I will do my best to serve my people by helping them in a transition to democracy.
Harvard and Oxford-educated young Benazir Bhutto didn't intend to become a politician, saying later it was her destiny as the daughter of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, who in the late 1970s was Pakistan's first popularly elected leader. He was executed by the military and she was imprisoned for 5 years, but rose to become the first woman elected prime minister in the Muslim world in 1988.
The day of the dictator is over.
Corruption accusations forced her from office. She claimed they were politically motivated. Still, she was elected a second time in 1993. But new charges of corruption drove her from office again, and later into exile with her 3 children. Though away for 8 years, she never lost hope for Pakistan's future, she said in an interview with NBC News last summer.
I believe my arrival in Pakistan will galvanize the moderate forces and the democratic forces.
This past October, she returned home, greeted by hundreds of thousands of her supporters, and this. A suicide bomber attacked her motorcade, killing 170. 3 days later, Bhutto consoled mourners in her home. Emotionally exhausted, she again spoke to NBC News. What if you die here, in this effort? What if your life is taken from you and the suicide bombers are successful? Will it have been worth it?
Well, everybody has to die one day. I certainly hope I don't die. I remember my father, when I saw him, he told me I never saw any of my children married. In the last day of his life, he said, I never saw any of my grandchildren. And I've always thought that one day I would like to see my grandchildren and to see my children married. So, of course, I pray not only for my own life, but for the life of all my supporters.
But will it have been worth it to have lost your life here for this cause?
I have a choice to keep silent and to allow the extremists to do what they are doing, or I have a choice to stand up and say this is wrong and I'm going to try and save my country. And I've taken the second choice. I hope God will protect me, but at the end of the day, I can't keep quiet when there's a threat to take over my country.
Bhutto believed that threat came from the same Islamic extremists who are now suspected of having a hand in her death.